3, 2, 1.
Hi there, I'm Ezra Starr from Drink, showing you how to make one of my favorite cocktails of all time, the original cocktail, the Old Fashioned. Today we're going to use Berkshire Distillery's bourbon whiskey. Use a little piece of Demerara sugar, about this big. You can also use Demerara syrup or simple syrup, whatever you find. You don't want to add too much sugar, so when I use simple syrup, I use about a half an ounce, maybe a little less. Also use a couple different kinds of bitters. We're going to use Angostura orange bitters and traditional Angostura bitters. Just 2 dashes of each. You can see I did it 4 times. I feel like the dashes aren't the most consistent, so I try to keep it that way. We use little dropper bottles like this at Drink in order to keep things consistent. You can use a muddler, whatever you want to break up the sugar. Get a lot of questions about this drink. It is the most basic of ingredients and one of the most challenging to make. It's really just sugar, bitters, water, and liquor. I want to break this sugar cube down nice before I add any water. I like the cube because it adds a little bit of some of the stickiness that kind of binds it all together. You get some of that left over in the cocktail, whether that's molasses or some kind of binding glue. You never know. A little 1/4 ounce of water in there as well. This you want to kind of just turn and move around until it dissolves. This drink takes a lot of time. It's very good when it's made right. It's very bad when it's made wrong. Some people ask why we don't put fruit in our Old Fashions. This is the original cocktail. In the original definition from 1806, they ask for sugar, bitters, water, liquor, and any combination. The fruit and stuff was added during Prohibition when there wasn't access to a lot of very good stuff. But luckily we're using a very good bourbon, so we can go with the more traditional method. One of my mentors told me that you could always tell a really good Old Fashioned because there was just a little wisp of sugar always left at the bottom. I have some friends that hate that. Personally, I think the whole mission of drinking the Old Fashioned is to get to that last little sugary sip, so I enjoy it very much. We're going to use 3 ounces of whiskey. It's bourbon. You can use rye too. I'm using bourbon because I think it tastes really great. I like to put just a little bit in to help that water dissolve the sugar a little bit. And just kind of rinse off the muddler with it. Next we're going to add ice. We cut our ice by hand here. You can use whatever kind of ice you want. Just prefer this. It stays cold for a long time. It looks really nice. It justifies us charging money for what we do for it. But it does kind of add to it. The original recipe didn't call for ice. Ice was introduced a little later on, so maybe you don't want ice in your Old Fashioned. I'm going to stir this a little bit. You can always tell when it's done. The kind of oiliness that you'll see on the side if you look closely will go away, and you'll see the sugar and the water and the liquor all perfectly integrated. The glass will also be nice and chilled along the side. I tend to lift up the ice cube a little bit to make sure that what's underneath gets mixed together well. Just nice long stirs. Use anything to stir with. I like using a nice long spoon. Only doing this for camera. Never taste off my hand in front of my guests. So a little lemon peel. You want to cut as little of the pith off as you can because that adds a little bitterness. Just squeeze that right over the top. Some people use orange, some people use lemon. This is one of those drinks that's so unbelievably adaptable. You can use whatever and make it your way. So this is our Old Fashioned.